Okay, so we're going to talk about it because I want to talk about it. So let's talk about how to align yourself with your manifestation, right? In order to set out intentions for manifestation, you have to know what it is you want, right? Because if you know what you want, then you can start basing your decisions around moving in the direction to where you want to go, right? So let's say that there's a girl and she's lived her whole life to where it's been a party scene. She's had jobs that were very fun to work at. She thrived in the world at one point in time, and she's had a couple of high positions, but now she's yearning for something different in her life, right? At one point in time, it was all about the money, the hustle, the fast chase, and, um, just being materialistic. It's not just about stability, but it's more than stability. It's the love for things. So let's say that she ends up settling down in her life, and she thinks to herself, I think I want to be a minimalist, right? So she has an experience, like maybe something happened within her life to where she lost a lot, right? And so we are creatures of adaptation. So she adapted to her situation and circumstances. But during that time of her life and on that journey, she was able to learn some things about herself. So now she's telling herself that she wants like a minimalist lifestyle, right? Maybe she wants to have the van life. Maybe she wants to build her own home or have like a tiny home or something like that. She wants an alternative lifestyle. Okay. So now the thing is that money is a resource, right? So what she was doing before to provide for her stability, she's no longer doing. So now what she does for work is alternative. Okay? So let's say that she's an independent contractor for whatever service or business that she's providing, to where she can go in and collaborate with other individuals. So she does this, right? Now, let's say that she's multi-talented or she's multi-skilled or she has multiple things to offer. Okay? So the thing is, which one of your skills, your gifts, your talents do you want to work on that is going to move you in the direction towards the lifestyle that you want, right? So let's say that she has two um so let's say that she does yoga, right? She's very serious about her yoga, and she's very health conscious, okay? But then on the other side of her, she is an event planner, okay? To where she hosts like a lot of events, all right? So these two trades, or her two skills, they kind of contradict one another, right? So we tell ourselves that we can have it all, and you can definitely have it all. But when it comes to manifestation, you have to know what you want. If she wants to move in the direction of the lifestyle that she now wants, she has to align with that with one of her skills. It's not going to be the party event planning, right? Because the living alternative lifestyle that she wants is one that is more minimalistic, that requires more isolation and time alone, you know? So when it comes to her doing her yoga, You know, yoga is going to align to this lifestyle, right? Because within yoga, there is so much that you experience. Well, hold on. Let this motorcycle go by. Okay. So with being a minimalist and everything that comes along with minimal living, and it, you know, like even if it's like van life or tiny house living, it's all downsizing, right? So it's not to say, oh, she's shrinking her life. That may other people may see it that way, but she's cultivating richness within self by eliminating materials, right? So when it comes to party planning and putting on these events, it's quick, it's instant. You know, a lot of the times there's like alcohol involved within these events. Maybe there's even drugs involved. It's a very fast life. It's a very fast, like, um, lifestyle, okay? Or job, we'll say. So that doesn't necessarily align with what she wants. So the thing is that, okay, you can have both, but you have to choose one to move more towards, right? So let's say that if her party event planning is the most current, it's the most consistent, you know, every weekend she has a party to do, right? But when it comes to yoga and her yoga classes, let's say she only does that like once a month. She can't control, well, she can control, okay? So let's say she cuts back on her party events and she starts replacing some of those days with yoga, right? To where she's only doing it once a month, you know, like I said. Okay, the motorcycles, right? So, like I said, when it comes to the party planet, she doesn't have to completely stop. But what if she minimalized it, right? To where she does party planning for one weekend out of the month. And now, with the space that she once held for the party planning, she replaces that with yoga. Okay, so now she's going to be doing yoga 3 weekends and once a month. So that is her moving in the direction towards her manifestation, to where she's trying to manifest a more minimal type of lifestyle. There's a lot going on. Baby boy just got home, so we gotta greet him. What's up, baby boy?
Why is it so cold up here?
You okay? Well, it's hot outside. Your dad out there. Give me some sugar. Oh, don't come and give me no sugar. You have a good day?
In the car?
I think he's walking around out there somewhere.
I didn't see him.
What's up? You have a good day?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you want to talk about?
No.
How you feel?
Good.
Okay.
Want some chicken?
Yeah. That other box is for you. So, well, both of them, because they both chicken. So it don't matter. Chicken man. Okay. So, I pretty much explained it within a nutshell, and I think I did a very good job at understanding how to align your life. And it's not just about when it comes to work, but you also have to somewhat mold yourself as a person and having certain characteristics to be able to endure that lifestyle that you want. Okay, so you know how there are some rappers to where it's like they blow up overnight. Of course they don't blow up overnight, but you don't see them coming, right? And then they just blow up out of nowhere, and then they're here, they're there. putting out an album, going on tours, and in the next 2 years, either they're locked up or they done blew everything that they created, or they done lost everything that they had. Why does that happen? Because for one, you must know who you are. So when it comes to manifestation, in order to know what you want, you must know who you are, and you must be true to that. Otherwise, you're out here making and you're sending out like wishes, false wishes. Well, if you want wishes granted, then find a jinn. But that is not manifestation. And there are some people out here who are jinns and who can grant you wishes. So this is what I'm saying. You got to know what the fuck you're talking about before you start talking about it and start trying to get into stuff and you find yourself getting lost out here. My thing is that if you don't know who you are, how the fuck do you know where you're going? So that's where you need to start. You need to go on a self-discovery journey. You need to know who you are. Because I'm going to tell you, when it comes to manifesting abilities, that is a gift, that is a talent. So spiritually, you're going to be upgrading, you're going to be glowing. Best believe that that is going to bring evil eye. If you are not aware of the spirit and your spirit body, knowing when you're under attack, knowing when somebody is jealous of you but smiling in your face, knowing when somebody really doesn't fuck with you, like knowing what company to keep and what company not to keep, you're not gonna be intuitive to these things. So it doesn't matter what you're trying to do or what you're trying to accomplish or obtain for yourself. You're always going to find that, other individuals, because of the company that you're keeping, you're constantly getting your legs cut off from up under you. And your wings are constantly being clipped from the people around you. You just don't see it. It's like, man, it seems like people want things more than they want to know themselves, or more than they want everything else but themselves. You are the true gem. You are the one with the abilities to be able to do this shit. So why wouldn't you prioritize yourself first? You're just going to have a gift and use it and use it in a way to where it brings you whatever you want, but you don't use it to better yourself or to work for you. So, we're going to wrap it up there, but I just thought I would come through and give you something to think about, since motherfuckers got so much to say and then talking like they know what the fuck they talking about, and they really don't. And then want to bring me up in conversations for whatever the fuck reason. And my thing is, I'm the one that knows, to where everybody is pretending. So until the next time, I'll check you again. Ciao.